There was a book that was written about BMF. Did you read it?
I read parts of it, the parts that was saying bad stuff and, untruths and things like that. I was, getting a kick out of it. The book that Mara wrote. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nobody's seen Mara to this day. She's so filthy rich off that book. It's pathetic. I was in prison. I couldn't get $1. I was so mad. I was like, hold up, who's getting the money from this? This book was on sale for $25 for 3 years. I never seen a book on sale for what it came out as. When something usually goes on sale, it's cheaper than the introductory price, right? This book is probably still $25 to this day. She probably sold 10 million copies. She's so filthy rich somewhere. I want to see her bank account right now.
I didn't know that you guys weren't, associated with it, because it seemed like a lot of inside info.
I mean, what it was Mara Shalhoup was following us around and asking people. She's the kind of person that was asking people once we left the club, so what just happened? Oh my God, so that was really BMF and that was their cars, and what did they do in the club? And she's reporting right behind everything that we were doing, and I don't know how she got cool with Meech. And I don't think that Meech ever understood. She was one of the first people that blamed him for Wolf's homicide back in 2003 or whatever.
Right when I arrived, when I hung out with you guys, that had happened and Meech was on house arrest.
Oh, right. So he was still at the house over there. Yeah, but see, she was one of the first people to convict him. You know what I'm saying? And he had barely even been charged with it. And she had just ran him through all 12 jurors and had him convicted. You know what I'm saying? Off the rip. So I've never been too fond of Mara. Plus she tried to drag me in. She painted me as a rat in this book, basically. And she had some truth to what she was talking about, like the part about me being in the courtroom and being tearful, because I was, I'll never denounce that. In the courtroom, where you're getting sentenced and you're going to be away from your kids and your kids are sitting right there in the back, I don't think that you would be the most happy camper. I'm looking at I believe at that time, my 8, 7, and 4-year-old or 8 and 4-year-old in the back of the courtroom, along with their mom and my mom and, my sister and family, and they telling me, I don't know how much time I'm finna get, but, they asking me what do you have anything to say for myself? And all I could do was turn around and look at my kids, tearful, and apologize to them. At the end of the day, I apologize to my kids because they the ones that was finna miss out, on being able to share that time with their dad and, time that you can never get back. You know what I'm saying? So that was the only part for me, about me, that I even really fucked with, you know what I'm saying? And when she was trying to destroy my character by even saying that, but what was not understood was that's what made my character, things like that is what makes my character stronger, because this is what entails that I'm a human being and not some BMF robot. You know what I'm saying? I do have feelings. I do have family. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fucking prison. No, I'm not fucking happy right now. And I shouldn't be going in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But I got this bitch. She's reporting some bullshit, trying to, I don't understand how the person that helped us get fucked up by all the shit she was reporting in this fucking creative loafing is the person that made the most money off BMF to this day. How the fuck does that happen, Vlad?
I thought you guys were somehow involved in it.
Nah, Meech didn't get a dime from that book, but he okayed it. You know what I'm saying? He had her come. She was able to go to prison and sit down and interview him, from my understanding. Of course, I wasn't there. But, and things like that. But there was nobody around to tell him, this is the bitch that said that you killed 2 people back in 2003 before the story even broke, right? I wasn't there to tap him on the shoulder and remind him, this is not a person that has our best interests at heart. And I'm not sure if he even talks to her to this day. But I bet you that account she got over there is full. She took a bunch of public record and put it into a book, and had it some not truths and some half truths in there to excite it a little bit more, and she sold a book. I'm not mad at her for selling a book. You know what I'm saying? To me, it was smart. She was smart for doing it. I just hate that, my brother died and I wasn't able to give his mom any money off the book when he's, mentioned in this book. He's gone. And his mom is still here, and she's out here, and she needs help as well as Meech's mom. And I don't know where she was cut in the book. Of course, Meech can't benefit anything from it because he's in prison. But what do you have for him put away? Or what are you doing for his kids now that this book with his whole life story is out there, and you've got this book with a big BMF acronym that I created that I couldn't stop and do nothing about at the time because they finagled and did all of this crazy shit with the paperwork and a name and all of this different stuff while I was in prison. And then I just got this person off of everything that we've been through, Vlad, off of all of the punches in the club and, all of the issues that we did have internally and stuff like that, to people catching all of this time and nobody could reap the benefit from us. Like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And for her not to reach out to people and see what's going on, even in 2015. It's just asinine, and I don't understand it. But it's cool because everything happens for a reason, and God works in mysterious ways, Man,
I wasn't surprised. Have you ever been in a rap group?
No, I have not.
It was one of the most impossible things to do. And for somebody to be anywhere in music that long, man, that's amazing, man.
Like I just told y'all, when you own your shit, there's nothing else to say. It's the Eminem and 8 Mile theory. At the end of 8 Mile, Eminem got on that microphone, said everything that guy possibly could say bad about him. He owned his shit, and the guy couldn't even say anything.